Welcome to another UK, I'm going to get this wrong, it's English Language Test Clinic. Hi, Emilia.
Hi, Afsana. Hi,
How
how
are
are
you?
you?
I'm fine. We need to learn to synchronize because, in past presentations, I say, how are you? And the guest says, how are you at the same time? And I'm sure my students, they're probably annoyed with me that I'm always being disrespectful. So I'll ask you first, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm
Good.
very happy to be here as well
Oh,
and
lovely.
to be chatting to you. How are you?
But I'm fine. Very well, thank you. Seeing you, I'm very happy. So there you go. Right. So today, the topic of the day, now it's writing. Okay. I want to buy my nails if I had some. Now, apparently, you told me just before we came on that time management is a huge, huge problem with students doing the writing exam.
It is. I think it's one of the biggest issues with the writing exam. Behind it is obviously taking care of the quality. It's thinking about what to write. It is checking for grammatical or spelling mistakes. But overall, it is about time management, indeed. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Well, you've got to bring up your PowerPoint again.
All right.
So yes, if you'd like to share that, if you'd like to start, that'd be great.
Sure. And if you have any questions, please interrupt me.
Yep, definitely. Yes.
Okay. So, welcome everyone, whether you're watching live or a recorded video. Today, I want to talk to you about the IELTS writing exam. So, as usual, I'm going to give you a quick test summary. Then I'm going to give you the best tip. As you know, it is going to be about time management and why it's important. And then I will close my presentation with presenting you the ways to practice. So, writing test summary. So the writing test is usually the third test on the day of the test after listening and reading. It takes 60 minutes, and academic test takers need to write 2 tasks. So 400 words in total, 150 words of a report, and then an essay that is 250 words long. As you can see, there are suggested timings. Now, one of the things that happens in the IELTS test, nobody tells you what to do. And so you may want to start with task 1, you may want to start with task 2. I would, however, suggest that you stick to those suggested time limits. I personally started with task 1 and I left the essay for dessert. I know a lot of candidates write task 2 first because this is the task that carries more marks. It's more expensive, if you will, and then they finish with task 2. Up to you. I would suggest see what works for you and experiment before the test rather than during the test. My best tip for you is to manage your time and energy. So when we look at task 1, which is the report, you have 20 minutes to do it. So these are my approximate timings on how to actually structure the entire process for yourself. So I suggest you take about 2 minutes to read the task carefully and notice different patterns, trends, and stages. In the next 16 minutes, 16 minutes, write. 150 words is not a lot. It's actually 3 short paragraphs like this. So it should be fairly easy to do when you know what you want to write. So planning and analyzing the task before you start writing should allow you for sort of more ease when you write. Do not multitask. So first think what to write and then just concentrate on how to do it. So once you've written your report, making sure that you include all points, then you should spend another 2 minutes checking and correcting your writing. Super important. I will explain why in a couple of slides. So I would say write no more than 180 words. And you will make mistakes, so please make time for checking and correcting them. It's a given. We all make mistakes. In terms of task 2, a similar structure, but because we have 40 minutes and a longer text to write, we obviously stretch it differently. Thank you, Afsana. Please do take screenshots. So task 2, 40 minutes. I suggest taking even the entire 5 minutes to read your task carefully and notice what the topic is and the questions or part of the questions that follow. So you answer the question fully. One of the biggest problems for a lot of candidates is missing part of the question or running out of time to answer it in full. So for example, if you have a problem and solution essay, a lot of students concentrate most of their efforts on describing all the possible problems. I think it also is sort of part of our human nature to concentrate on problems and what's wrong. And then in the last 5 minutes, they start writing about solutions, and it's usually just a few sentences at the end. So the reader has an impression that it was mainly about dishing out all the problems rather than giving solutions to them. So definitely balance. So you will achieve a greater level of a greater quality of your writing if you spend some time planning. And then in the next 30 minutes, so it's a lot of time actually, 30 minutes to write anything between 250 and 280 words. Again, I suggest no more than that. There is this myth circulating among high school students in pretty much any country all over the world that the more we write, the better scores we get. No, and definitely not in IELTS. We put quality over quantity. And so it's very important to stick to those timings and then leave yourself five minutes to check and correct. Again, you will make mistakes, and so you need to check and correct them. As a teacher, probably Afsana will tell me the same. Whenever my students submit their work, I know immediately if they checked or haven't checked their work. So do yourself a favor and check before you submit your work. Now, why is this all important? So first of all, the test is super challenging, as some of you know, but it's not impossible to do. But if you write too much, then you get into trouble. A lot of my students write too much, and then they tell me, "Oh, Emilia, IELTS is so horrible." But why do you write more than you need to? They ask you for 250 words. Why do you write 350 or 400? So it's not impossible to do if you don't write too much. Avoid multitasking. And so planning and then checking your the quality of your writing at the end will make sure that overall the quality of your writing is better, whether it's a report or an essay. Do we have a guest?
Yes, we do. We do, Emilia.
Hi,
I just want to say hi. We always like to give shout outs to our students today. So we have Jahid Hassan from LinkedIn. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Asha kori bhalo achen. I'm hoping that you're from Bangladesh. So thank you very much for
Welcome.
coming. Any questions? Emilia is the expert. Please ask your questions. We have on face. I can't say my words today.
Oh,
On
we have
YouTube,
Paul.
Paul
Hi.
Yerikema. Thank you.
Welcome, Paul.
Okay, so if you have any questions, write them down. Okay.
Please do. So the first thing is, it's not impossible, but it is challenging. So don't make it more difficult than it already is by writing more than necessary. Now, in more detail, analyzing the task and planning your answer helps you answer the question in full and organize your ideas and text better. You're also making sure that you don't miss out on anything important that should be included in your answer. Well, this means that your scores for task response or achievement and cohesion and coherence have a chance to be a bit higher because there is more logic and there is more structure to how you present your ideas. Checking and correcting your answers at the end will take care of all the possible mistakes. So you are going to make them, but if you carefully look through what you have written, I can guarantee you will be able to correct many of those mistakes. Another myth that we sort of let go of here is that a lot of students have been trained, unfortunately, by my colleagues, teachers all over the world. We've been trained that it's the teacher's job to correct our writing. In IELTS, you're on your own, and so it's your job, your responsibility to make those corrections. So when you do, you have a chance to improve or sort of keep the scores for grammar and vocabulary stable or sustainably high, which is a great thing. So if you just write, you are not taking care of the quality of your writing as you could, as best as you could. Now, writing test practice. For task 1, I would like to suggest that, first of all, you can learn the vocabulary, all the language needed for task 1, possibly within 1 day. So no excuses there. Definitely practice different sentence structures. For example, in the active and passive voice, different verb patterns. Watch and learn from quality videos. Here, I suggest that you Google ABC Net Study English Series 1, 2, or 3. These are TV programs made by an Australian TV network for IELTS candidates. I know somebody made a TV program for IELTS candidates. They're brilliant. They will help you a lot. Make a list of different phrases you can use for expressing contrast and comparison. This is important because in the IELTS Task 1, the instruction says make comparisons where relevant, so you need to have the language to do that. In terms of essays, definitely find IELTS essay topics online, and for each topic, analyze the topic, make a plan, and write an introduction, all within ideally 10 minutes. This is a brilliant exercise that I use with my students. You learn after planning 10, 15 essays that it doesn't really matter what the topic really is. And you have that can-do approach. All of a sudden, you can plan any essay you want. By training yourself this way, you will have taken care of the most important things. And if you plan your essay and write your introduction within 10 minutes, you can spend the remaining 30 minutes to finish your essay following your brilliant plan. And it should help you, again, improve the quality. Now, it will sound weird, but again, my invitation is for you to visit my Instagram account, and you will find posts from the 5th, 6th, and the 7th of February 2021 for guidance. So I recorded some videos explaining these things in more detail. Please do visit. Finally, as we are nearing the end of our live call, I want to invite you, if you want to learn more about IELTS, I will be running an IELTS in short class this weekend on Saturday. It's 3.5 hours, Saturday, the 21st of January at 8 a.m. UK time. So I hope this will make sure that everyone can make it, depending on your time zone. And here is your lovely discount for all the students of Bright Education. So you're welcome to join us. You have 1/3 of the original price off. So it's Bright2. That's the discount code. So we're taking off £25 of the original price. Do join me. This class is fun. It will really give you a good starting point if you're preparing for IELTS, so you know what to expect and there are no nasty surprises. That's it from me. Any questions, please let me know.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. That was really, really informative. My goodness, there's so much to think about, even to write for 2 tasks. Do you know what really made me laugh? It's like, right at the beginning, you said that I'll do the essays for dessert. Emilia, what kind of desserts are you having, my friend? Is that a metaphor? Is it simile? What is that?
Well, it's simply because when I started preparing for IELTS, I cried.
Oh, why?
When I saw task 1 for the first time.
Oh.
My response was, hey, I am a languages person, not a numbers person. What is it? I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna do it. And then obviously the next thought was, okay, it was not made to be impossible to do. There is a way I can do it.
Right.
But still, it's now I don't mind, but at the time when I did my IELTS test, essay sounded like a much more, it was an easier thing to do for me. That's why I left it for dessert.
Okay.
Normally it's chocolate.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Then we are friends.
Yes.
So basically, your issue was that you actually found it very daunting, slightly intimidating, perhaps, but then you overcame it. So
Yes.
how would you advise students if they feel that fear? How do you think they should overcome that fear with regards to writing?
I think the most important thing to realize that it was not made to be impossible to do.
Right.
That there are people who pass IELTS, there are people who perform even at a higher level than IELTS, that there is a way to do it. So if you tell yourself, I can't do it, you need to replace this statement, and it's a lie, by the way. You need to replace this lie with a question. How can I do it?
Right.
And certainly use good resources and try and find the way to do it, and follow advice. There are brilliant course books out there. Do visit my Instagram account. Do ask me questions. I'm happy to share all the experience and knowledge I have.
Brilliant. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Emilia's being very generous with her discount. I'm going to put it up again. This is her Instagram handle. If you're not following, why not? Make sure you're following Emilia. That's the first thing. It's actually near her name, so that's that. And also, if you'd like to go for her course, which is IELTS in short, you will get a discount, but you need to insert this into the website, and then you'll get the discount. It's 1/3 off. That's a lot of money. It is worth doing. She's very experienced, and I'm sure you'll be in capable hands. Brilliant.
Yes, and if you're watching this, let's say in March or February, do check in with us. I will be running this class again for sure. So
brilliant, fantastic.
Nothing's lost.
Thank you so much. As Emilia said, if you are watching it again, just contact her. It's just as simple as that. You will go direct to Emilia and she will actually handle your query, not a problem. Thank you so much. Now, what is next week? What's going on next week? Can't wait.
Well, I will discuss the last part, the 4th skill in IELTS, which is speaking.
Yay.
And
okay.
Yes, cool. That will be fun.
Oh, definitely. I mean, what do you think about people's feelings about the speaking exam? Do they like that the most, or they find that Most easiest, perhaps?
I find, well, teaching mostly students who have been here in the UK for a while, they usually find it easy.
Okay.
And then depending on the parts of the world they come from in terms of their exposure to the English language,
Right.
it's usually considered the easiest part because we like talking. As a rule, some shyer students might have some reservations and a little bit of a fear there, but I think it's all a matter of knowing what to expect and to prepare for it.
Brilliant. Well, that's the teaser for you guys. You've had it direct from Emilia. So there's a lot to learn. It may be the easiest or maybe your favorite skill to be assessed on, but it's definitely worth attending. So that'll be same time next week, same platforms as you're watching right now. Emilia, thank you so much for your time,
Thank
and we
you.
look forward to seeing you next week.
See you next week.
All right
Bye.
then. Bye. Bye bye. Right. So basically, that is Emilia, she's here especially for you. She's here to actually help you with the IELTS exam preparation with regards to the writing test. What's it got to do with UK Bright Education? As you know, we are actually a UK university admission service. But if you'd like to have English language, if you'd like to enroll into an English language course in either London, Brighton, or Oxford, I can help you with that. Until next time, my friends, take care. Bye-bye.